This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, guys. So in the last, I think last week we had discussed about operating system deployment, right? And we discussed about Windows 10 servicing model with all contents without deleting anything, like upgrading Windows 10 from old version to the latest version. Second, we discussed about wipe and reload, right? To wipe the computer, existing computer, and reload the operating system. Now, there was one more, that is bare metal operating system deployment. Bare metal operating system deployment is basically for computers which does not have any operating system. Bare metal means a plain hardware without any operating system. It's just a hardware. Okay, so on that hardware, if you need to deploy operating system, then what do you need to do? So basically what happens for the computers which you bring from Lenovo or Dell store which does not have any operating system, so you will have to have a LAN network. On that LAN network you have domain controller, and then you have a database, then you have SCCM primary site server. We need one more server, that is DHCP. DHCP is basically to provide IP address to the newly joined computers. DHCP server is basically for providing IP address to the existing computer or the new hardware, new devices. And we need one more, and that is SCCM PXE enabled. PXE enabled distribution point. PXE enabled distribution point. All should be on the network. So I'm gonna connect all of them to the same LAN network. Now, the major role played by DHCP server and PXE enabled distribution point server in bare metal operating system deployment. What happens the moment you join a new computer? This is a bare metal hardware. Okay, that's a blank computer that does not have any operating system. The moment you join it to the domain, I mean the network, then DHCP server will send IP address to this computer. IP address. That's the first thing which happens. DHCP server will send IP address. Then the distribution point server, the PXE enabled distribution point, will send multiple things. So that will send the DP. These things will be given to that computer. Boot image. Boot image is to boot the computer, because that's just a hardware. So we want to become that hardware to become a bootable, and then we can load operating system on that. The third thing what it gets is OS image. Okay. Then fourth is it will join to domain. domain, it will join to domain controller, whatever the domain, let's say lab.com or pepsi.com, whatever the domain name you have, it will join it to the domain. Then application installation, all the common installation application will get installed, like Adobe Reader, Firefox, Google Chrome, Microsoft Office. Those are the the common applications which are installed on all computers. So those common applications will get installed. Then it will install updates, software updates. Then point number 7, drivers. Point number 8, custom scripts. Okay, and then your computer will be ready. This bare metal become a new computer altogether, and it will have a operating system loaded, and that computer can be given to some new joiners, or an existing user to start using that computer. Clear, everyone?
Yep.
So basically we need a DHCP server to provide IP address and PXE enable distribution point. Rest everything will remain the same as we did. Wipe and reload. Wipe and reload is exactly as it is, except we need DHCP server and we need to enable PXE enable distribution point. So in the last session I have already shown you wipe and reload. Let me just take you how to uh, deploy this bare metal operating system deployment on a plain hardware. So I'm gonna go to my local SCCM lab. That is not possible on your Azure. That is only possible on local computer. Why it is not possible on Azure? Because in Azure you don't get a blank hardware. All the computer comes with a preloaded operating system. We need a blank hardware. Now, so I have domain controller. On this domain controller, let me just log in, and I have database. Let me just log in here, and the SCCM server. So same architecture I have here, same as Azure. 3 servers, 1 domain controller. Your license will expire soon. Okay, so I have domain controller, I have a database, and SCCM primary site server, same as Azure. Okay, now on this domain controller, what I did, I installed the DHCP server. Since I don't have multiple servers, that's the reason I have installed DHCP on the domain controller itself. Now to install DHCP, as you see DHCP, to install DHCP, you need to click on manage and choose add roles and feature, and next, 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 and you choose DHCP, and then in next install. That's how you install DHCP. So let me just close that. Now DHCP is installed here, and the main role of DHCP is to provide IP address to the existing computer or the new computers which are connected on the network. Now the second thing what I did, I went to this SCCM server, and let me launch this console. Okay, now in this I went to this administration, and then site and site configuration and servers and site system roles, and I have a distribution point installed on SCCM PS server, same as Azure, right? I have distribution point role on the same server, so I right click and choose properties and then Pixie. So we have to enable these checkboxes. The first one, enable Pixie support for client, allow distribution point to respond to an incoming request, the hardware which will be joining to the network, that will send the request that I am on the network and somebody send me the operating system file, then distribution point will respond to that request and allow enable unknown computer support. That means any new computer can also be supported, not only the computers which are existing in SCCM database. So new computer, when we bring the computer from Lenovo or Dell or HP store, and this is for security, we have given the password just in case if uh, in case if anyone who knows the password will be able to build a new computer. Nobody else can do it, so only the authorized people who know the password. So that's what we have done. Rest everything is as wipe and reload. So I'll go to software library. So same thing I did in operating system. I added one image here. This is operating
Kashyap,
system image.
I have a question.
Hmm.
The I don't know if maybe I didn't understand, but how do you differentiate between a rogue device, like if somebody just plugs in any device and they request for an image? Maybe I did not understand that part.
Okay, so suppose you bring a new computer. Got it? Let's say you get 100 computers from Dell, and that's a blank computer. It does not have any operating system, or it has operating
Right,
system, but it is having its standard operating system. We don't want to go with that one. We will be loading our internal image on that computer. Got it?
right,
So the moment you connect the computer on the network and turn on, it will go on. It will you need to press F8 sorry, F12 to boot from network.
right,
Either you boot from CD disk or boot from USB pen drive or boot from network. There are multiple options, but we will choose boot
right.
from network. And then the first thing what happens, it will get IP address from DHCP server, and then all these you know boot image, OS image, everything will be received, and this computer will be uh, up and running later on. Got it?
Yes. Um, but I guess I'm not understanding how, like anybody can come into a building and do this, but how does SCCM recognize if this is a legit computer or not? That's my confusion.
That's the reason we have given a password.
Um,
So only the authorized people who know the password will be able to do it. It will prompt for a password first. Got it?
okay,
That's the main
but
reason of password.
like when do you set that account onto the system
This
or
one,
that
I just
password? I'm assuming it's the IT guy doing that, right?
yes. So I just showed you this password. I'll show you again on the distribution point itself. If you go to properties,
Uh-huh.
and this is the password. Got it? So require password when computer uses
Okay.
PXE. So anyone comes, let's say somebody comes in the meeting room, right? And he connects his laptop to load the operating system.
Right.
So the moment he press F12 and go, the computer becomes bootable, it will ask for a password.
Right.
Got it?
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the other steps are exactly as a wipe and reload. So I added this OS image, like I downloaded operating system image file, I mean the ISO file from Microsoft, and then extracted the Vim file and added here, loaded here, and then distributed to the distribution point. Then I sent these boot images to the distribution point. These were already added here. We had to just send it to the distribution point, and then task sequence. Same process as we did in the last wipe and reload. So we created the task sequence and deployed to all unknown computers. Why unknown computers? Because we will be building a new computer, any unknown computers. So that's the reason we have chosen all unknown computers. So any unknown computer you connect, and it will ask for the password, and then you will be able to build that computer. Clear, guys? Any question? All good?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the extra 2 steps what we did in this bare metal. Rest everything as a wipe and reload. So DHCP and Pixie enable distribution point. Now let's add a new computer. I'm going to click on file and new virtual machine. Okay, in companies you will be connecting the physical computers, but let me show you a virtual computer. Next, I'll install the operating system later. Next, uh, let's say bare, no, new hardware. For example, that's the name of the computer, new hardware. And then next and next and customize. I'll put this computer on the same LAN network where other computers are connected. I think all my computers are connected on VMnet 5, I believe. VMnet 5. And I don't need a CD disk. And close it and finish. Let me just verify my other computers. SCCM is connected on which network? That's VMnet 5. So all my computers are connected to VMnet 5. So I just added new hardware. Suppose this is a new laptop. You bring it from the Lenovo or Dell store. You bring this laptop and you connect to the same LAN network and power it on. The moment you power it on, it does not have any operating system. It goes to the network boot and it will get IP address from the DHCP server. Let's see. Okay, so you see it is getting IP address from DHCP server. What does it say? Client IP 192.168.238.152. That's the IP address it received from DHCP server. DHCP server IP address is 192.168.238.129. And then it is connecting to the distribution point server. This is the IP address of distribution point 192.168.238.150, and it is looking for the configuration manager policy. As you see, configuration manager is looking for policy, and it asked me to press F12. I actually did not press F12. It is asking me to press F12 to boot from network, right? So now this time I'm gonna try again with I'll press F12 when it comes. Okay, so I just press F12 and that is on the network. This boot image is advertised on the network, right? So I'm going to choose that boot image 64-bit, and that's it. It's getting the downloading the boot image from distribution point, and then your you will be prompted for a password in few, after this gets completed. Okay, the computer became bootable now, and this will prompt for a password, and if I put the right password, I'll be able to build this computer. You see, my company name is coming, Make Me IT Expert. Clear? Iqbal, Nusrat, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
can this password do you have to change it, or is it going to be the same, or dependent on each computer?
No, it will be the same whatever you set on the distribution point setting. One password for all computer. But you should
Okay.
not share this password to anyone else. Only the IT people who are working on hardware team, those who are responsible to build new computers, they should know this password. No one else.
Okay. Okay.
So if I put my password, for example, I am a hardware guy and I am building this new computer. This is a brand new computer. I just put the password and choose next. And now I have option, either I choose Windows 10 1809 or 1903, anything of my choice. Okay, so I just have to choose and then next, and that's it. I leave this computer as it is. It will take an hour and this computer will be ready. It will do all the tasks, like it will have operating system, it will load the drivers, it will load applications, it will have software updates, whatever the things you have defined in the task sequence, step by step, all the tasks will be will be performed, and your computer will be up and ready.
And will be automatically joined to the domain as well.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, that is one of the task in uh, task sequence. If I show you this task sequence, I showed you that task sequence in when wipe and reload. That's the reason I'm not showing this again. You see, it will perform these steps. Now this is the computer is on this step. It has already crossed the first three steps. Now it is doing this one. Then it will enable this account, administrator account, and then it will join to the domain. Here it will join to the domain. That is task number 6. Then task number 7 is it will apply the device driver. I have not added any driver. That's the reason it is blank. Then SCCM client will get installed. Then application will get installed. These are the applications, the common applications, and then restart. Computer will get restarted. Clear, everyone? Guys, any question?
One small silly question. Now, if you unplug this device from the network in the middle of this, does it continue from where it left off?
No, it will fail.
It
It
will
will
fail.
fail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You have to have a, that's the reason you need a wired connection for this, not a wireless connection for bare metal operating system deployment. Wireless will not work.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in case if you would like to see what is going on, you need to press F8. F8 is the command to bring this command prompt. And you can go to CD, CLS. You see X drive. There are two partitions in this disk, in this computer now. One is C drive, where the computer operating system is being loaded up, as you see in the volume C. And the other one is X drive, where the log files are being saved. So we have a log file saved here in CX, then CD, Windows, temp, SMSTS log, and then choose open that file cm in cm trace, cmtrace.exe, and smsts log. This is the log file which shows you what is happening. I'm going to click on yes. Step by step. Uh, so it was downloading before the install image file. As you see, it's saying downloading, and it downloaded all the files, and then it started installing. Um, so currently it is on this executing command. This is the command. Sorry, not this one. It is starting applying, yeah, this one. Starting to apply image 1 from install.vim to C colon, and wiping C drive. So it is formatting this drive, and then successfully wiped. It completed the wiping, C drive was formatted, and then applying image on C colon. Got it? Any question, guys? So you have this log, mostly this log is helpful for troubleshooting. So those who are working on hardware team, they will send this log to you for troubleshooting to find out where the computer is stuck and why it failed to, you know, install the operating system and all. You see, it captures everything, booted from network, then SMS data, and then booting from removable media, not restoring. So it captures everything step by step, whatever the steps it is doing. And then it is saying downloading somewhere. Where is downloading? Yes. Okay. So so that's getting downloaded, and now it is doing all the task within like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. All the steps will be performed and this computer will be ready. All good? And you can monitor the status from monitoring. And then deployment, and inside deployment you can monitor this one. I chose 1809, right? and it is saying in progress. I can click on this down and choose view status and choose in progress. So it is showing the execution, right? If you want to see what is going on, you right click and choose more details and status. And it shows you the steps. First step is crossed, right? You see the first step is done successfully, then skipped successfully, skipped successfully, successfully, then successfully. So all the steps which are being performed on the computer, that will be captured here. Okay, is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the bare metal operating system deployment. Now the next topic is using PowerShell. Okay, we have not used PowerShell so far. Give me 1 minute, let me have a glass of water. Hey guys, so the next topic for today is using PowerShell. So you can use PowerShell and do almost everything what we can do through this GUI. So to launch PowerShell, you need to click on this blue ribbon, and then you choose either PowerShell or PowerShell ICE. I'm going to choose this connect via PowerShell ICE. Okay, so the first thing first, what you have to do, you see it is PS. PS means PowerShell, and it is connected to C drive. Okay, we have to connect to the site code, IND site code. That's the primary site. We need to connect this PowerShell with SCCM server. So I need to click on play, and it will get connected with SCCM server. As you see, it is changed to PowerShell IND. So it is now connected with SCCM server. Now suppose you need to create collection or something. You open a new tab like this. I'm gonna open a new tab. Let me close the other one. So this is a new tab, and if you need to create collection in SCCM, you choose like new CM, type in like new hyphen CM. Now you need device collection, you choose device, new CM device collection. So I'm gonna create a device collection, and the name, what will be the name of that collection? So let's say the name of that collection will be all Mexico computers. Mexico computers. You have to give the name of that collection. Sorry, it is running a little slow. So that will be the name of that collection, all Mexico computers, and then you have to give the limiting collection name. You know, where will be the, what will be the search criteria? So search criteria will be all systems. That's it. If you choose like play, and that collection will get ready. Done. So if you go to console here and go to device collection, you should be able to see all Mexico, that thing. We created one collection, all Mexico computers, right? That will come up here. You see, guys? So instead of using this GUI to, to create instead of collection, you right click and name of the collection, you choose the go next, type in the limiting collection, and then you go next. So instead of doing that through GUI, right click and choose those things, you can use PowerShell to create the collection. Got it? Are you guys following or not?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Now suppose if you have to add members inside this collection. So let me just bring my, so create collection with direct rule membership, query rule membership. I have already shown you, I have already showed you how to create collection with GUI, right click and choose direct rule method, use query rule method. Now I'm going to show you the how to create collection using PowerShell. So I'm gonna go to my SCCM server and right click on this and show desktop. Let me create one folder here on the desktop, and folder, for example, my collections using PowerShell. Or I'm gonna just type in instead of that one, I'm gonna type in like PowerShell script, PowerShell script, and inside this folder I'm gonna paste the script. Now, so I have two scripts. First one is to create collection with direct rule membership. The second one is to create collection with query rule membership. Okay. Now, to create collection, I'll show you one by one, both of them. So create collection with direct rule membership. What you do, you go to the PowerShell again. And I'm going to click on File, Open. And I'm going to go on the desktop. I go to desktop. I have a PowerShell, a folder called PowerShell script, and I'm going to choose the first one with direct role membership. Okay, so here is the script which will help you to create the collection and add members with direct role membership. Now the first three things are the variables. We have, these are the variables. Okay, let me just type in define variables. So in this one, these are the three lines where the variables are defined. Okay, that means the collection dir, you can name it anything of your choice, collection directory, and the location where will be the file, what will be the directory location. So I'm gonna choose the directory location of the current folder. This is the one. I'm gonna choose that, copy and paste it here. Let's delete this one and paste here. So that's the collection directory. C user SCCM admin desktop PowerShell script, that folder. Now the collection name, what will be the collection name? So depends on you. Let's say create, I am going to create a collection as device collection using PowerShell. Okay, script. That will be the name of the collection, device collection using PowerShell script. Anything of your choice, you just name it. And that variable name is collection name. Now the computer, the list of computers which will be added to this collection. So I need to go to the folder and let me create one file here. Let's say PC. And inside that you put all the computers, just copy and paste it. So for example, I'm going to put SCCM PS, domain, database, and client 1. These are the computers which should be added to that collection. So I just copy and paste it here. For example, you have 100 computers or 1000 computers, you need to enter all those computers list here and save it. And that's it. You just go back and you have to give the path of that file. The file path is what? /pctxt. This is the file. So the content, get content, and the location of the file is this one. So far you guys following, right, everyone? So these are the variables. Now I'll call these variables into these scripts. Here, these are the, the script starts from here. The execution will start from here. New CM device collection. I showed you new CM device collection in the other script, to create a new collection. The name of the collection is going to be called from the variable, and the name of the collection will be device collection. So I have given the variable here. Limiting collection will be all system. That is the search criteria where we will be searching our devices from. For each computer, one by one, try to add. So add device collection direct membership rule. That's the command. Direct membership rule. Collection name, the same collection, right? Resource ID and get the resource information from get CM device computer, and it will try to add all the computers. In case if the computer is already added, then, or if the computer is not a valid computer, let me just add a dummy computer here, one more computer as a dummy computer. Let's say client 2. I don't have any client 2. Okay, I just have, these are the 4 genuine computers, but I don't have client 2. So if such computers are there where the computers either do not belong to the database or it's an invalid computer name, so it will say as invalid computer client, or the direct rule membership rule may already exist. The client is already exist, and it will give you the computer name, and it will give you the output file on that location. The location is this directory and collection name and slash underscore invalid log. So it's gonna append that log. So that's for the log purpose. And once you are done, you just have to save and play. That's it. It's gonna create one collection and add all the members in. And I think it is done. If you go back to this console and refresh this, you should be able to see device collection using PowerShell script, but it has not added any members. It is blank. That means it is still doing something. As you see, it is having hourglass. If I just refresh, I should be able to see four computers are added here. If you want to see the members, you right click and show members, and all the members, you see client 2 is not added because client 2 is not a valid computer. Got it? Now if you want to see the log, you go to that folder, and here is the log, this one, device collection using PowerShell script invalid, and you see invalid client, and rule membership already exists, may already exist, client 2 could not add. I hope you understood this, everyone.
Yep.
So that will make your life easier. Basically, if you have to, do multiple tasks, or if you want to automate something through PowerShell, you just have to give the script like this, and you just change the variable here. Rest everything will remain as it is. You have to just update these things in every time you want to create a collection and add members, and just play it. Within few seconds it will be done. All good?
Yep.
Okay, one more I will show you for application deployment. Okay, suppose if you have to deploy one application, so there are multiple tasks available in application deployment too. So first thing first, what you do, you need to you upload, sorry, you create application in create application. Then the second thing is you upload to SCCM console. Then you customize it. Then you distribute to the distribution point. And then you deploy to collection. All these things can be automated through PowerShell. You don't have to manually do these things. We have already seen how to go about it. One, we have already created multiple applications and deployed to devices. Now to deploy using PowerShell, let me take one example. C drive and source application. Which application should I take? Give me 1 minute. Okay, so suppose if you want to do this mremote, let me just find out if mremote is already there. mremote is not there, so I'm going to use mremote, and that is an MSI file, and that is located here in this location. So now here is the template. I'll share these templates with you guys, don't worry about it. Now here is the template. I'm gonna choose file and save as I'm gonna save it here as M remote, anything, just the name, and save. Now this is the template. Okay, you have to just modify this template. This is for a Skype. I'm gonna change it. Let's say it is Microsoft no, this is next generation. So you have to define the variable, modify the variable. So it is next generation remote tool. I'm just randomly taking the name. Okay, that's the application name, right? The version of that application is whatever the version, and then publisher is NG, for example, next generation. Now the description, this application is for taking remote taking remote of devices, anything, just the description. Okay, and then the location where this application is present. So we have to take this location / SCCMPS and M remote. So, and the file name. So copy that and put the file name, the location, and paste it here. And where would you like to deploy? I'm gonna deploy to my new collection which we just created. What is the collection name? The collection name is device collection using PowerShell script. Copy the collection name from here, and you have to give the collection name here. Instead of all system, I'm gonna put it to device collection using PowerShell script. That is the collection name. Icon. So I need to download the icon of this M remote from internet so that it will show that to the user. So M remote icon. For example, this icon. So right click and save image as, and I'm gonna type in as M remote and save. So the location where the icon is saved is on the desktop. On the desktop there is a folder called dir, and M remote is right here. Yeah, here it is. So M remote. So I'm going to copy that path and put it here. Now the distribution point. So I need to distribute it to the distribution point. So I'm gonna distribute it to two distribution points. Okay, so DP1, let me say DP1, and I have two distribution point actually, and DP2 is equal to, I need to put the DP2 name, that is MUM Mumbai sec site .lab.com. Yeah, I have two distribution points, that is DP1 and DP2. You just have to give the distribution point names where you have to distribute. Okay, now install command. So install command is MSI exec, since it is an MSI application. So MSI exec .exe/i for installation, and the file name. File name is what? It is mremote.msi. This is the one you have to copy, and instead of Skype, I'm gonna change that with the file name. and the log file. Instead of SkypeM remote installation, instead of SkypeM remote uninstallation. Any questions so far, guys? Anyone?
No, no.
In this variable? Okay, so we define the variable like application name, version, publisher, description, location, collection, icon, dp1, dp2, install command, uninstall command. Now, so we don't have to do anything in the below section apart from a couple of changes. You see, this is the variable. Now this is calling the variable. So like new CM application, that's the command line, and the name of the application, it will call the name of the application from the top, and this is the name. Then description, it will call the description from here. Then publisher, it will publisher, and it will call the publisher as ng. Then version, it will call the version from the top, right? And verbose means it will show you what is going on the screen. That's the reason I have added verbose. If you don't want to put a verbose, that's okay. Icon file, it's gonna call the icon from the variable. Okay, so basically it is adding, this step is creating application in console, and the second one is customizing it. So we have to give install command line. You see, install command line and uninstall command line, right? And deployment type, application name, and verbose. That means I need to see the exact output. So we don't have to change anything in the below section. As I mentioned here, do not edit the below section. We have to only change here. Now the third thing is, it is distributing to the distribution point. So content is getting distributed, application name, app name, distribution point dp. So dp, there is no any variable called dp. It is dp1 now, because I just changed the dp as dp1. So dp1 and verbose. I also need to copy and distribute it to the dp2. So this application will get distributed on both the distribution point, dp1 and dp2. You guys following, right, everyone?
Yes.
Hello. And now
I
the
just want to,
final, yeah,
is it possible to actually add it within the same line, the DP number 2, or has to be in a separate?
I can't hear you properly, sorry.
For the distribution 2, can it be on the same line?
Comma, dp1,
Yeah, like a
dp2,
comma.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you can do that. Okay.
Okay.
You can do that, but I have not tried that. Okay, so that's the reason I have given like dp1 distribution and dp2 distribution. Or you can distribute to a group. Suppose if you have a distribution group for 10 distribution point, you just, instead of giving distribution point name, you give distribution point group and give the distribution point group name. Okay. Now the final step is to deploy the application to the target collection. So the CM application deployment collection name, where it is going to be deployed. So collection name is what? Device collection using PowerShell script. And then the name of the application. Install, if you want to do the installation, you choose install. Available or required. Suppose if you want to do it required, you change it to required. I'm going to be going to deploy in available mode. And then user notification, display all. And when would you like to deploy? So available time, that means get date means now. If you type in get date here, you get the current time of the computer, right? Whatever the current time, right? So it will get date, that means do it now, or you can schedule the time here. Time based on local time or UTC, you can change the time here, local or UTC. Once everything is done, you just have to save and then click on play, and you just have to wait and watch what happens. You don't have to do anything. It is going to add the application in SCCM console, distribute it to the distribution point, then it will deploy to the collection. Everything will happen step by step. You don't have to go to the console. So verbose, this is verbose. Verbose means show me the output on the screen. That's done. So finish executing WQL query, select whatever it is, it is deployed, and you go to SCCM console. You should be able to see the application in software library, and you see no, this not this one, Microsoft, yeah, no, this one. Next generation remote tool. This is the application which we just deployed, and if you go up, it is distributed to the distribution point. So one is success already and the other one is in progress. And if you go to deployment, you see it is deployed to that collection, device collection, using PowerShell script in available mode. So in every computer you should be able to see that the application in every computer in software center. All good? Let me just go to client one. Client one already has M remote. All computer has M remote. So in every computer you should be able to see the M remote application in software center. It will take 5 minutes to come up here, but you should be able to see.
Okay, so is there a resource available online where
Yes,
there
I
are
will
helpful
share.
scripts like that?
Yeah, I'll share one PowerShell website wherein you can get your common scripts from there. Okay, so that will come up here in few minutes because we have deployed it in available mode. That will come up here. Now the to get the script, suppose if you want to get the script, you click on this show command, and let's say if you have to deploy something, you type in deploy. So all the script related to the deployment, that will come up here. Understood? If you have to do something in collection, you type in collection. All the script related to collection will come up here. And suppose if you wanna see the information, you click on that, and that's gonna give the information when you click on that, the parameter. You see, this is get CM collection name and the collection type, and these are the the parameters. It also has examples, I think. If you go down, do we have example? No, it has not given the example. But this is a great resource if you want to find out the commands related to anything. Let's say task sequence or something. I think we have sequence, CM task sequence, yes. And you click on this help, and then you will get the parameters here. Okay, clear or not, guys?
Okay.
So I would I will share these script with you guys. Okay, you may also try use creating collection, creating application, and see how it goes. And let me know in case if you face any challenges. Okay, I'll share in the notepad. You will have to download it and change the extension to PS1. PS1 is the PowerShell extension .ps1. Okay guys, so we have completed the session today, and there are 2 more sessions remaining, I think. The endpoint protection, and the last one is the troubleshooting, client side troubleshooting and server side troubleshooting. We have almost completed everything. Okay, any question?
Nusrat has a question.
Nusrat has a question. Okay, let me just see. Is task sequences steps are same for all OSD? Yes, almost same. If for, let's say, for Windows 7 you can have a different task sequence, for Windows 10 you will have a different task sequence. Little bit changes for Windows 7, Windows 10, depends on you. Okay, but almost same. And can you share both the script? Okay, I'll share both the scripts. And Intune, yes, I'll Intune has actually Intune is little change, so I'll let you know, guys, later on. You know, because Intune integration is now removed from Microsoft. Microsoft no longer integrating Intune into SCCM. Okay, from this September, it is stopped from Microsoft. Okay, guys, anything else before we wrap it up? Okay, fine. So today, just a quick summary. Today, what we did bare metal operating system deployment and application deployment through PowerShell. Collection, uh, we created collection through PowerShell. These are three things which we did. Okay, guys, let's meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.